Hi, I'm Ronnie Pack, pastor of Millington First United Methodist Church, and this is your midweek faith lift. Well, the carpenter was having a bad day. Seemed like everything was going wrong. Place where he was working. Just as soon as he showed up and parked, he got out of his truck and he looked. He had a flat tire. Well, not only that, but as he went to work, one of his most needed tools, his skill saw, it broke down on him. It wouldn't start. And a little later on, when he got in his truck to load up everything and go home for the day, his truck wouldn't budge, wouldn't start. Well, the lady that had hired him offered to give him a ride home, and so they were on their way home. She pulled into the driveway, and the carpenter invited her into his house to meet his family. As they walked towards the door, about halfway up the walkway, the carpenter stopped, and he placed both hands on the branches of a small tree. And after just a few seconds, he turned and he went on into the house. And the lady that had hired him and carried him into the house was curious about why he did that. And she noticed that once he stepped through the door of the house, that his whole demeanor changed. He had a transformation. He was all smiles, he was all hugs, and he introduced her to his family. And then as he was walking her out to her car, then of course she had to ask, now what was it that you did when you were walking up to the front door and you stopped and you put your hands on that tree? And this is what he told her. He said, that's my trouble tree. He said, at the end of the day, when I come home, I stop at the tree and I give the tree all of my troubles, because the troubles don't belong in my home, and I leave them there. And the next morning when I leave to go to work, I take those troubles back off the tree. But he said, a funny thing is I never seem to take as many troubles off that tree in the morning as I left there the night before. You remember what Jesus said in the scripture? He had something similar to say. He said, by worrying, can any of you add one single hour to your life? Now, of course, the answer is no. But sometimes we do that anyway. Maybe we ought to find our own trouble tree, whatever that might be for us, because it sounds like the carpenter and Jesus had it all figured out. I'm Ronnie Pack. This has been your midweek faith lift, and I'll see you right back here again next week.